My name's Peter Daub, and I was born in Devon, Pennsylvania, and I was raised there. Went to high school there, Conestoga High School. Played soccer, played tennis in the summers, and a lot of my time was spent in summer leagues in soccer and then going out and playing tournaments on the weekend. When I went to college, I went to the University of Findlay in Findlay, Ohio, and I went there because I wanted to study psychology, and I actually wanted to be a guidance counselor. I played tennis there 4 years. I enjoyed it. It was awesome. It was a great experience. A small school, a little bit like William & Mary. And then I graduated, and I played professional tennis off and on for 3.5 years. And then I went and got my grad degree at Temple University in sports management. And then I started coaching on the circuit for a little bit, coaching professional players. And then I had my own business, which was a tennis club and coaching juniors. And then I went into coaching at Temple University, University of Redlands, University of Georgia, and now at William & Mary. You know, when you're coaching at the professional level, you have one job, and that's to put your player in the best position to win money and to be ranked and to move up into the world rankings. He doesn't go to class. He doesn't have to worry about a social life because he's really traveling from city to city, from country to country. I've traveled all over the world. Twice with the player I coached was David DeLucia, who went to Notre Dame. And it was a great experience, but he was totally focused, as was I, in getting him into the top 100 in the world, and then also getting him into all the slams, the Australian, Wimbledon, coached there twice, the US Open 4 times. So, you know, when you don't have any other distractions and you're with a player that is focused and you know they're focused, that's the utopia of coaching. When you go to college, you do have some distractions. I mean, the player comes, they have a difficult day, they have a bad test, they didn't get a lot of sleep, you know, they may have broken up with their girlfriend, things didn't go well in the course they wanted. So it's really more of an emotional experience for them, and trying to bring them around in practice to get the best out of practice from them. And you're not going to get that every day, because some days, as much as you want to have a perfect practice, players haven't gotten the amount of sleep, or they didn't get lunch, or they didn't do well in an exam. So it's really try to bring a practice together of a bunch of 10 or 11 people rather than just one, and be focused entirely on that one. I think, you know, first of all, Williamsburg was a great place to bring up my children. Ruth and I brought up 2 children that played tennis. One played volleyball and tennis here. But, you know, it has a balance. You get a quality of student here that you can work with. I've had, knock on wood, few problems with most of my student athletes. I like the quality of student. I like the balance. I used to be an assistant professor at when I was at the University of Redlands, so I had that understanding of the classroom. And I mean, Millie West was instrumental, as well as Barb Blosser, because we were getting a brand new indoor center. That was paramount in my decision. I came from the University of Georgia. We played for the national championship the year I left. So it was, but I was the assistant coach there, and I wanted to go back and wanted to have my own program again. So I thought it was a great opportunity, and I feel the quality of student that I've been able to be associated with, I feel very, very pleased.
What is special to you about Williamsburg? You already touched a little bit about it's a great place to raise a family. Is there anything else that you enjoy? Maybe the weather, maybe, I don't know, the golf courses, anything like that?
I guess the thing I have to say I like about Williamsburg the most are the golf courses. I mean, it's a tourist town, so sometimes I have to tell you, I'm a type A, and I like to get from A to B, and there are a lot of people in front of me and stop and go. And sometimes that frustrates you, but that's part of the area. It's a beautiful area. I love the 4 seasons we have here. We're awfully hot in the summer, but then we get a nice winter, and we have a beautiful spring and a beautiful fall. But I really do like to get out. I like to do things, you know, in the outdoors, and for me, that's a great opportunity to be able to go out and play some golf, or be able to walk around Colonial Williamsburg. The place that I enjoy going is Athens, Georgia, when they have the NCAAs, because I was there as a coach. The people are wonderful. It's done well. I love going to Kalamazoo, Michigan, because I see all my fellow coaches there. We're all recruiting there, but it's a beautiful town. The people have gotten involved, and the community runs the tournament. I love to go to sort of out-of-the-way places where people in the community and others all form a group for a united effort. When I went to Stanford this year, that was awesome. They did such a great job out there, and I loved going to Palo Alto. So I would have to say that I really enjoy going to places out of the way and seeing the national tournaments or being with fellow coaches. I enjoy that as kind of a mini vacation because we get to chit chat over what has occurred during the year. And then I also I like going back to where I was born, Devon, Pennsylvania, and seeing how that's grown. But I think most of the times I'm not happy going to the major events, the major pro events. I'd rather sit in my hotel room or sit at home and watch it on the television. I think the people that have inspired me the most are the people that I first started playing with out on the parks and recreation courts in Stratford, Pennsylvania, because I wasn't that good of a tennis player, and they were very encouraging. They helped me, they supported me. Some of them were just people that enjoyed tennis. Others were people that had played for many years. But they weren't great coaches, but they were always willing to let you play in with them. They were always willing to have tennis be fun. I had one of my neighbors who was a parks coach, and he was very encouraging. And probably the little people of the world, they've inspired me the most, the people that I have the roots with, that I can go and sit down and have a beverage with and play some doubles and laugh. I wouldn't say there was one great coach that led me in a direction. It was really the help of a community, and there was really the help of a lot of friends. I think the brief time that I have that I'm not involved with the sport, I simply like to chill out and have no agenda. If I can have nothing on my schedule for 2 days, that's the way that I'd like to have it. I mean, if I can go to the beach and just look at the ocean and think, and if not, maybe I'll just hang around the house for a day. I don't have to go out and be entertained. I'm just happy really catching up with some sleep, maybe reading a good book, watching a great game on television. I'm a pretty simple person like that. So to me, is having a clear schedule and knowing that all my work's done, everything else is done, and I have 3 or 4 days that I really don't have any telephone calls, I don't have any emails that I have to answer. To me, that's the best part of life, is when you can just go as you want, when you want, and you have no schedule. One of the greatest challenges that I've had here is to make sure that our team always understands that we have a culture of doing things well. Just because we are good students here does not mean that we can't be good tennis players, and we should never use that as a crutch. That's a lifetime experience. When you get out of college, you just don't clock in at 8 and clock out at 5. You continue to work, and you try to do the very best at what you might have chosen to do. So the culture is an ever-evolving aspect of our team to keep them positive, to keep them wanting to go out and practice hard and to play hard, and not to look at other schools and say, well, geez, they probably didn't have to work until 3:30 in the morning to get projects done. There's no reason why we can't accept that challenge and embody it and go forward, rather than looking at, well, we have the stack, we are stacked against in certain places. Shouldn't be. We just have to go out and do the best, and that's my challenge, is keep that culture strong.